All right, tonight here on Free for All, we bring you a story you can see only on Fox 4, the story of professional boxer Ryan Garcia. He has the biggest fight of his career coming up Saturday night in Brooklyn against the undefeated champ, Devin Haney.
Ryan, who hails from California, actually trains here in Dallas. And while many know him as a boxer, others might refer to him as a social media star. More than one thing can be true. In part one of my exclusive sit down with Garcia, he addresses some of the controversy that's come his way and his big mission beyond boxing. If you know boxing, you know exactly who Ryan Garcia is. Through your lens, because you know this better than anyone else, what is the state of this sport right now, do you think, in terms of its popularity?
I think it was on a downward slope for some time with the rise of UFC and MMA. But I think that you always have those pioneers that bring it back. You know, like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and you have like an example of myself where I pioneered the sport, used social media to gain leverage, and then gave the fans what they wanted.
Ryan is 25 years old and already a millionaire. He has a massive following on social media, nearing 11 million followers on Instagram and over 7 million on TikTok. Marketing himself is something he's mastered.
You're not my friend. Remember that. You're not my friend. Your dad's a he pimping you. Your dad a pimping, he pimping you.
Garcia is polarizing. He's unconventional in his approach, and one thing he doesn't shy away from is speaking his truth. But with that comes plenty of criticism. Why do you think that you're disrespected so much?
Because of the perception of who I am and what they think I need to be. You know, they think I need to be the clean-cut guy that never says a cuss word, that, you know, is perfect and, you know, is some type of, you know, only a boxer.
People have questioned Ryan's mental stability after recent controversial posts on social media, leaving many to wonder if Garcia's upcoming fight with Devin Haney at the Barclays Center would or even should happen. As far as the fight is concerned, it is happening. Garcia says he's more than ready for April 20th.
I feel personally I'm mentally okay, and my core team feels like I'm mentally okay. I don't miss a training session. I'm performing well. I'm lifting more I've ever lifted. I'm sparring better than I've ever sparred.
I understand that everybody's concerned, but at the end of the day, I got to address some things. 99% of what I'm doing is trolling. I'm running, about 8 miles right now at 6 in the morning. Like, you don't have a six-pack if you're drinking every day and smoking, you know?
I'm more of a result-orientated type of person. You know, a lot of people like to look at the drinking or the weed or everything. You know, I'm not an advocate for it, but for me, I'm human. You know, those are some things that I do. I don't feel like I abuse it. I feel like I'm harshly judged.
Garcia is an advocate for mental health and has been open about his past struggles with anxiety, OCD, and depression. He wants to help people, especially children. That's his big mission.
It's really mind-blowing where, you know, a person of my stature is just talking about protecting kids. That's all I'm saying. And for some reason, people still find an angle to say that I'm crazy.
Ryan is referring to child trafficking, which is a global crisis. He's using his platform to raise awareness, even selling T-shirts on his website for the cause. Garcia's remarks on this subject have also been met with some resistance, but he continues to speak up. And for Ryan, April 20th represents a far bigger fight, the fight for the children.
It's the same thing like, what did they tell LeBron, just shut up and dribble? It's the exact same thing I'm going through, you know. I decided to speak up and they're like, shut up and box, basically. I feel like that's a form of discrimination, and it goes against my U.S. constitutional rights that I have freedom of speech. And I'm not here to harm nobody. I don't invoke violence. I don't say anything to harm anybody.
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter!
I'm a dad. I have 3 babies. And I just want to protect them and all the other kids in the world. I'm happy I did this, because if anybody who doesn't want to stand for children and innocent babies, that's a you issue, not a me issue.
It's courageous, no doubt.
Shout you out when I win.
You gotta win.
After I win, I'm gonna go Markel. Didn't I tell you I was gonna do that?
Me too.
I got you, Andy.
On a Tuesday night in March, after a busy day of training, Ryan pays a visit to the Oakcliff Boys and Girls Club, the place where his trainer, Derek James, grew up and is still heavily involved in to this day. Garcia comes bearing snacks and spends time signing autographs for the kids.
What's your name? Smart, huh?
And what I've seen from you is you give back a whole heck of a lot. That is something I would think that you want to be part of your legacy one day.
Oh yeah, I'm big on giving back, but I like to, obviously I've always given back, but in silence. But now I think it's important to start showing it a little bit. You know, before I would just give people a lot of money and just, no, I don't even post it, nothing. I just do out of my heart, and I love doing it for people.
To do the work that God called you to do, you must be able to withstand any circumstance.
Garcia doesn't pretend to be a finished product. Like all of us, he's constantly evolving. But there's a different level of scrutiny that comes once you've reached a certain level of star status. That's where Garcia continues to lean into his faith for guidance.
At the press conference with Haney, you had a very profound quote.
If I'm not the man I'm supposed to be, that means God's not done yet.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Ultimately, it's what God sees me as. And I have a really great relationship with God, and I feel it in my soul, and that's what I've always followed my whole life, and I believe I'm on the right path.
Guess what? We all have our flaws, and we all evolve as people.
You don't know what the man I'm going to become. I've changed in 3 weeks. I can't imagine in 5 years.
Look it. Everybody has the same chance I have, and I just invite you to get to know Jesus Christ. Thank you.
He's a compelling person, in my opinion, Mike. And in the second part of this exclusive, which will air tomorrow night, we delve into the WBC title fight with Haney. These two have a long history. We'll also talk about his trainer, Derek James, why he actually moved to Dallas, and really what makes Ryan tick. So I hope you'll stick around for that story tomorrow night.
Yeah, when you're talking about Ryan Garcia, what makes him tick is a complicated question, and I'm sure his answers are quite interesting.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, I do appreciate his time and the time he took to speak to me and the amount of time he did. I'm always gracious of other people's time. And frankly, he's the type of figure where people love him or people hate him, you know, but it's important for him to speak his truth as well. And, you know, we're glad to be able to bring you his story.
All right, more with Ryan Garcia coming up tomorrow night right here on Free For All.